Meow, meow, meow.
Hello, and welcome to KittenousBeast's gaming videos for cats, KatzeLandePrime, episode 15. Um, I'm very excited about continuing where we left off. We were very close to finishing up that natural gas power plant, so I'm hoping we can wrap that up in today's episode. So, here's where we're at. We have connected it to the power system. That's great. We have talked about potential ways of cooling it. I'm thinking we might be able to do that. Hopefully, keeping my fingers crossed. And lastly, uh, we need to do the duct work for the gas. So, um, the natural gas power plants produce carbon dioxide and they actually vent it through these ports here. So we'll be using these ports to manage the carbon dioxide flow. Um, you remember my concern about the plugs being down, these slugs being down here, and then them releasing hydrogen. Well, you can take a look. We're distributing hydrogen through the base at this point. So there'll be pockets of random hydrogen all over the place. Really annoying. Um, and certainly a waste of hydrogen, something I could eventually use, that could be used for something of importance. So frustrating. Not much we can do about it at this point, but just kind of let it ride it out. These slugs should not get fed ever again, so we shouldn't really have that issue. Um, so yeah, we'll just kind of keep playing it out and let that hydrogen flood out. So we'll try and do these gas vents here. The first one I want to put in place is actually um, the import vent, the vent that's going to be delivering gas to the system. So that's the first one I want to put in place. To that end, we need a way of making sure that um, natural gas is actually the only gas that gets into the system. So we are going to be working on that as part of the build here. So we'll talk about a mechanism that I like to use to control uh, gases, and I think that'll be really helpful. So you can kind of see we're pumping all this carbon dioxide out into this chamber here, which will feed these oxyferns, which need carbon dioxide. So this is a very needful thing that's happening here. The gases that have been gathering down here. Um, oh, I noticed there's some polluted oxygen here. I should probably break this tile and let that get filtered. Um, Anyways, this is going to help these oxyferns have some sort of impact on our oxygen production. Um, Kind of upset to see a little bit of backflow on this carbon dioxide when really it should just be going straight down. Um, but there might be kind of high pressures here. So um, we'll kind of see what happens with this carbon dioxide. Uh, I will actually put a couple additional airflow tiles here just to help with the airflow issue. All right, so with this thing pumping out all the carbon dioxide in this space, uh, that should bring oxygen down and it should get us ready for trying to harvest some of this natural gas. So I'm gonna let this, it's getting kind of bad. I need to let the pressure stabilize, so I'll turn that off for a little while and let things stabilize for a little bit. Um, and so let's talk about this gas filtering system we're going to develop. So the first thing I'm going to do is eventually when I break one of these tiles and let this natural gas in here, I'll be able to get some natural gas out of the pipes. And once I do that, I'm going to uh, siphon off a natural gas chunk of uh, gas, and I'm going to put it into a little system that it's going to have a filter. So, and that system's going to kind of act as a filter, and it'll use a valve to perform that task. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to build that little loop that I was talking about with that gas valve. So um, I want this to there'll be an opportunity for them to jump into the system. Uh, I think it works. It should work something like this. So there's going to be kind of a loop here that has natural gas in it. And it doesn't have to be a terribly long loop. In fact, I'm going to actually kind of make it a short loop. But I think maybe I'll go just like this, just a very short thing. So the theory here is that we'll pull a little bit of gas off of this pipe. So at some point we will place a gas bridge over here and we'll send our our gas as it travels up through this pipe will be tested against this filter. And what we'll do is we'll preload this filter with natural gas and um, with 1 gram of natural gas being released through the pipe. So there'll always be 1 gram of natural gas filtering through the system at all possible times. Um, so when this gas is tested against this loop, any natural gas that's in the system, so long as it's less than 999 grams, will go into this filter. So right now I have one pump hooked up. The maximum size block that this pump can pick up with one operation is half of a kilogram. So no matter what happens, these gas pellets will be able to hit this filter and get completely consumed by it. And that means that I can selectively filter the natural gas out of the pump's output. And we'll set this up very, very soon so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So now that I've kind of pumped off most of the carbon dioxide, I'm going to go ahead and break this pipe here so that the system can load and that we can get a natural gas pellet when we need it. All right, so uh, off of this is going to be a flow of pure natural gas. So first of all, I could be just kind of a little bit of a doofus and just shoot a pipe back up here and connect it to the generators. That's dumb. I need to actually have a way of storing the gas because the generators and their pipes are going to hold a very small amount of gas. But this natural gas vent is going to release a tremendous amount of gas. And so I need a way of storing it. So I'm also going to be building a storage system while we do this. So the storage system is going to have to be I'm going to drop it off over here into this ocean biome because it's less annoying. If I go into the slime biome, I'm going to have to fight the slime. I'm going to have to fight the polluted gas. Whereas over here, it's just mostly carbon dioxide. Who cares? So we're going to continue our tunnel down a little bit further after sort of developing a footprint for this gas system. Um, so I want to use some insulated tiles to sort of develop a footprint. We're really low on igneous rock. Ooh, I might have to quick mine some. So let's go ahead and start replacing some tiles here. Free up some resources. Let's see how that does. That might help us out, but a lot of this is probably going to be, oh no, that's a lot of igneous rock, so this should help. All right, anyways, we get a little bit more resources, we can block out how this gas chamber is going to look. You kind of notice I assassinated that polluted oxygen, so we'll break this block too, let it all hang out. All right, so while I'm kind of waiting to get this part of the system set up, I can set up the outputs of the gas vents. So um, I'm going to use just granite because there's not very much of this gas. It doesn't need to be super insulated. And the theory here is that I'm going to connect all of these pipes together. And I tend to do this in a very simple fashion um, because of the way that the outputs work. Uh, it should be doable this way. So just kind of push the pipes a little bit, and then you can kind of combine them when you need to. So that's where we'll do the combination there. Yeah, so let's put some bridges in place. And this is fairly simple. I don't think you need to really overdo this um, because these pellets that they release are so small, they can all be combined into one large gas pocket very, very easily. So might as well just keep it simple. So at this point, I've harvested all of the output carbon dioxide, and I'm actually going to go ahead and pipe this over here. I do want to use that carbon dioxide to continuously feed these oxyferns. So I'm actually going to be building a gas storage unit up here also for the purpose of dealing with these oxyferns. So we'll see that kind of come into play very soon too. Everybody's taking their rest. So yeah, I love how these little guys generate electricity. It's so cool. Um, it's a fun creature that they added to the game, and I think this might be like the DLC only. Like I don't think these guys are in the base game yet, or maybe they will be, maybe they are. I don't know, but it's fun. It's a new critter, and I think that's super cool that they uh, produce energy. Um, yeah. So hopefully, with the start of the new day, we'll get these projects finished, and we can keep working. Um, I am eventually going to be building in some insulation here to protect against the heat from this natural gas geyser. And I may eventually cool that geyser's output down. But for now, I'm just going to try and keep it simple here. I'm going to just stop there, disinfecting of these blocks. This is stupid. There we go. Took care of that polluted gas. It's all gone now. Fabulous. Um, well, I must be really low on igneous rock. Like they're not doing any work with igneous rock. It's interesting how when a resource runs low, they really have a hard time building with it. So I think that's kind of funny. We'll solve this problem pretty darn quick. I think I was going to put a deodorizer up here and clean that up. Yeah, I've got all kinds of goodies hidden in these biomes that I could mine up. So I might as well take advantage of it. Do some resupply, try and take care of some business here. Anyways, so let's go ahead and see if we can continue our work now that they've built some of this piping. Um, I do want to do some blocking of the heat, so I will go ahead and place down sort of a footprint for this. I think we can kind of do our best with this. With the pump in place, we can pretty much, if even with this sort of half sealed, we can pretty much guarantee that the natural gas is going to be a decent temperature. There's a lot of blocks that are going to act as heat sinks as the vent releases its gas at a high temperature. So, when I eventually break into this, uh, cancel those just so that they can get in and out. When I eventually break into this and start harvesting the gas, it'll be uh, it'll be fine. I mean, it'll work pretty well. Um, yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect parts of this pipeline. It'll also free up more insulated material for me to build with. So that'll help. It'll be smart to do that. It'll make the building go faster. They're kind of struggling just because of the low amount of materials here, and we'll beef this up. Let's get it done, guys. Awesome. So with those two pieces figured out, we can eventually seal this up, or perhaps even put like a pressure door in place. I'm just going to seal it. I'll build a pressure door system for this later once this thing actually goes dormant. But um, actually, I'm going to need a door. I absolutely need a door. Can't get away from that. We'll do gold. All right. We're going to have this thing running in no time. Awesome. Okay, so we'll just block access to the door so that nobody goes in and out. Perfect. Eventually. And we'll break one tile and then run away. Might as well do a gold tile. So have them do that real fast, and then we'll seal this off. And then we'll have a nice little stream of natural gas that we can start to play with here. See, you can see it start unleashing its fury as soon as there's room. There it goes. You can see it'll start to create a significant amount of heat as it releases new natural gas at a high temperature of 150 degrees Celsius. Um, so we are going to, whoa, high ranching stat, 3 nice perks. Although food poisoning at this point is not, I'm not likely going to have food poisoning incident. Irritable bowel decreases bathroom use speed. Okay, so you just give them a little bit of extra time in the bathroom, and I'm already doing that. So this nails is perfect. Well, not perfect, but pretty good. I mean, I think that this is pretty good. Wish it was like 10 though. Well, I need another rancher, so I just need to do this. About time. So now I got another person. And I gotta worry about what shift that person sleeps on because if they sleep during the second shift, they're gonna get annoyed by the snoring. So I gotta put um, nails on the day schedule, and she's on there, so that should be fine. Let's do the whole. Let's get you ready for ranching, because that's what you gotta be doing. All right, perfect. we've got plenty of room in terms of food, loads of food, plenty of room in terms of oxygen. We're flush on oxygen, and we've got the space already built for this dupe to live here. Might as well just recruit them. Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is turn this pump on so we can prime this filtering system. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that pump on. Choop, 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 choop. It's going to pump a bunch of gas in there. Okay. All right. So now I've got one little pocket of natural gas, and that's all I need to start the filtering on this system. First, I'll deconstruct the insulated gas pipe. At least somebody will be agreeable. Okay, Oh gosh, Neil's super slow on deconstructing. Yipes. Okay, so now this gas will not move. None of this gas will move. Only, um, well, actually, maybe it would move. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and empty the pipe contents here and here and here. What's in this tile? Natural gas. Okay, so if I empty the, oh, I'm never going to be able to get to this one though. Well, let's see what happens. I think I'll be able to get the gas I need without any incident. I've got some idleness. So, you know, now that we've basically finished most of the construction on this natural gas generator project, we could probably start sending our dupes back up to work, getting towards the top of the map. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll just kind of send them up as far as they can go without causing too much trouble. Yeah, we'll figure out a way to deal with this chlorine, although it doesn't really look like it'll be that troublesome. So let's see how they do with this additional set of tasks. Uh-oh. Okay, fabulous. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and empty this one here. Oop, weird. Okay, so first thing I gotta do is set this filter to 1 gram per second. So with that filter set, I can then charge it with natural gas. So I think I'll be able to do that pretty easily. And it can be a little bit messy initially, but with the capacity of having a plumber on hand, it's pretty easy to get the gas to where you need it to be. So this filtering system will work. So that's what I'm going to do next. We're going to go ahead and throw um, that gas bridge on there, and that's going to draw that natural gas directly into this filtering system. So it'll prime that system for us. As soon as we can get somebody to build this. There we go. That'll hopefully get it some attention. Okay, so, all right, we've got a mixture of gases, which is annoying, but we've basically set the filter up now. So if I get this and this out of the system, well, I'll hold off on that one, but let's get this taken care of quick. It's going to be a little bit of a candy scramble for a second there. Okay. And now we'll get the pipe contents of that other carbon dioxide cell. Okay, got it. Um, and we should have the filter prime now. So basically, there's always going to be a flow of 1 gram of natural gas in these pipes. So as we're coming off of this pump source here, this pocket of gas will always be added into this 1 gram of natural gas if possible. So the only gas that's ever going to enter into this filter is natural gas. And the only way that it would ever get into this mainline pipe is if this filter was overflowed and there was no space for additional natural gas. It's the only way that that would happen. So as long as I can keep this line clear, I will be able to filter this natural gas without any costs at all. If I wanted to use a gas filter properly, I could build one of those. You know, they have a machine that filters the gas for you, but the machine takes 120 watts and it always costs energy as far as I understand. So this is a much more efficient solution to the gas filtering question, because sometimes you're going to have carbon dioxide in there, sometimes you're going to have weird oxygen because you're going to go in there and work for a little while, and there might be some oxygen in there. Whatever. This is going to protect you from any of those consequences. So this is the best play, I think. Anyways, and we will be able to configure this to work with a full kilogram output. It's going to be a little bit of an additional step, but it's totally doable. And we'll show that when we get to that point. Okay, so let's start building some gas storage. So we need a place to store this natural gas, and it has to be in a place that is going to be, out of the way, because we don't want this gas kind of like up in our face. We don't have much space up above, so we need to find some new space to store this gas. So I'm going to start with 2 gas canisters um, on top of each other here, and we may eventually build more of these gas canisters, probably down. So the way that I'm going to have this work is I'm going to have the output pipe from the natural gas filter go into this first one, and then the gas will just kind of trickle down, and we may have it trickle back up on the other side. We might have like two gas storage rows here because we want to store tons of natural gas because it's a great energy source, and we've just built this power plant and we want to take advantage of it. Perfect. Okay. So that said, we need to extend our ladder down a little bit and our fire pole, and we need to open these tiles up so we can get to that stuff. So fabulous. We're on our way. So like there's always going to be 1 gram of gas filtering through here. I hope that kind of makes sense. Okay, so we'll do this with a regular old gas pipe here, but we'll put it over there. Did cobalt ore for the tanks. I'm not sure why. There's probably plenty of aluminum right here to do the job. So I'll just rebuild these as aluminum. Go faster. Fabulous. We're almost finished with the build here. Almost done. Okay, there we go. So you might be like, oh, well, aren't those 1 grams going to leak out? It's like, no. As long as the filter is pointing into the loop, these 1 gram segments are always going to stay in this system. There's always going to be 1 gram of natural gas flowing through these pipes, ensuring that if this system is running, natural gas is being filtered immediately into this pipeline. And this pipeline is going to be my pure natural gas line that will be used to feed these generators. And we'll get to that uh, pretty soon here. Once Once we finish the second chamber, I'm going to build some tiles and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we need, I think we want to do 3 tiles with airflows. Perfect. At this point, it starts to become apparent we really need some storage, right, for some materials here. So I'm going to go ahead and just take advantage of the fact that we are like, we've got this tunnel channeled out here, um, and there are avenues for storing equipment. So I'm just going to go ahead and just use this this tile here for some storage and this tile here for some storage, just to keep things rolling because we don't want to be stuck dealing with these kinds of slowdowns with them not having materials they need. So I'll probably put like a igneous rock, granite, and then like metal ores or something down here, just so there's like supplies lingering around. All right, great. Get closer. So let's start planning out how we're going to feed these pipes. So once they replace these tiles and everything's all good to go, we're going to have some pipes flowing around here. So we'll go kind of like in there, and then I think what we're going to do is go down and out. And I might want to use insulated pipes for part of this run. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to do insulated pipes up this channel. This will help leave a little bit of room for whatever additional work needs to be done. So I'm going to do my uh, fuel pipe like so. Perfect. Okay. So that will be very nice for the system in general. Okay. So let's finish up our exhaust system here. We are going to need to make a quick adjustment here to this system on this side of the pipe. So the gas vent's going to have to go. We're going to need a gas reservoir. We're going to go ahead and place it when that thing's removed from operation so we can have it kind of right where we want it. And we are going to wind up building a set of gas reservoirs here because I do believe that this is going to be quite the to-do. So 3 tiles, 3 tiles, 3 tiles. We're going to put our little edge pieces in place. Perfect. Okay, so these um, storage tanks are going to get filled with carbon dioxide, and and they'll have a singular output here, and that singular output is going to be just releasing a little bit of carbon dioxide to these uh, plants below. So that's going to be the plan once they finish that construction project. Okay, we'll connect this with a bridge just to keep it easy to connect to. And we're going to need some tiles in place. Nice. Okay. We'll set our filters on these storage things. Raw minerals. Just want igneous rock. We'll do metal ores. Oh, we got a colony achievement. Oh, reach cycle 100. Wow, we made it to cycle 100. Awesome. That's so cool. I think I might do a cycle 100 special episode. Review the progress we've made so far, or something like that. I'll think about it. Um, yeah, that's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. It's already working. So I wonder if these fired already. That's so cool. I don't think that they did, but eventually when this battery runs low, oh, this is actually not set to good settings. Okay, let's set this up. So I do actually want to give my natural gas generator system some priority here. So I'm actually going to put it at 20%. Um, this is going to ensure that it'll trigger before my petroleum generator, which is set to 15%. Um, this ethanol reserve will eventually run out. And when it runs out, I'm either going to need to find another ethanol reserve or start making my own ethanol. So it'd be better for me to use this natural gas geyser to run part of my operations. Um, so let's actually do some charging here. So we're going to charge up, except our system will break when we get a non-natural gas. So we got to finish this pipeline out of the base here. So I'm going to go ahead and connect it up with my um, pipeline here, just so that it all just kind of gets sent right out. Um, so any gases that are in this chamber will get dumped over here. So that would be like carbon dioxide, oxygen, possibly polluted oxygen. No big deal. If it gets dumped out here, it's going to be totally fine. So let's go ahead and just set that up. All right, here we go. There we go. Oh, shoot. Because I didn't have good throughput, I lost some natural gas. Yeah, see, as long as the packets are less than half of a kilogram, it'll always filter the natural gas into the correct place. But now we got some loose natural gas in the base. Not cool. But yeah, so this will pressurize really fast, and then not sure why it's not flowing all the way through. It really should. It's something not built. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens when we run low on power and those generators turn on. Oh, why isn't it? Hmm. Wait, what's this? I think there might be a weird connection issue here. So what I'm going to do is, oh, that's right. I'm passing right through a, okay, now I understand why this is broken. Let me destroy this insulated gas pipe because the connection is distorting what I need. Okay, so they'll take care of that for me. Okay. All right, here's the error. So I should have bridged over this point instead of passing through it. Not sure why I did that. That seems kind of silly, but hopefully this will resolve the issue once they build the bridge. Yeah, it should be totally fine now. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So this is going to keep all the generators hot with gas, and Yeah, as soon as power goes low, we should see these bad boys kick on, and that's going to be very, very nice for us. Okay. Makes me wish I had a more power intensive process operating, but I don't. Oh, just went dormant. Just finally start tapping it, and now it goes dormant. Classic. All right. Ooh, another arbor acorn. Could totally use those. All right. Okay, so we have successfully completed our natural gas power plant. It took us forever to do that, uh, but it's totally worth the rebuilds we did. We're going to see lasting benefit from all of the reconfiguration we did on this side of the base. So, the higher capacity carbon skimming, the higher capacity for electrical output, the renewable energy tapping that we're doing with this plug slug farm, and the power boost we get off of the petroleum generator, which now is not going to be happening as often. So I may disable this system because as long as we have natural gas going, there's no reason to tune up this generator because it's not going to run. These generators have the priority because they'll kick on at 20% power versus this generator, which will kick on at 15%. The only way this generator would kick on is if we were exceeding the, what is this, 3200, 4800 watt capacity of this system here. So the only way this generator would ever kick on is if we were drawing more than 4800 watts of power, which we don't have anything built that would consume that much power yet. So, um, this is overkill for what we have right now, but it's totally what we need as we approach the mid game here with, you know, even more fervor. We're going to totally be able to capitalize on this power plant that we've built. And as we start to continue to climb up and get closer and closer to space, oh, there's a chlorine vent over here. Nice. Um, we are going to be able to use that power that we're producing down here to operate the rad bolt generation equipment that we will need to continue our research. We certainly need the research so that we can build more sophisticated devices and technology to keep our colony thriving. Um, so, anyways, we'll pick up on this next time. Hope you enjoyed the finishing touches on this power plant. It is a thing of beauty, beautiful heavy watt wires, uh, then a delicate dance of pipes. I even had that goof with the pipes here, but was able to fix it. Natural gas storage, wonderful, right? Have the capacity to hold on to some natural gas now and use it in my generators as needed. Um, and even this little pumping station to siphon off some of the gas. Now that this is dormant, we'll pump all that gas out and then capture this properly with a nice, highly tuned up configuration of gas pumps with filtering that'll be compatible with this mechanical filter we developed. So yeah, super cool, right? Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope your cat also enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon. We'll be seeing you.